Hey there folks, what's up? Welcome to Talk Center. The vice presidential debate was a bit more discernible than the presidential debate because both participants kept the interruptions to a minimum. Now that the second presidential debate has been cancelled due to Trump's refusing to participate in a virtual debate, we have to contend with some comedic relief from this one. So here are some of the funniest moments from the vice presidential debate. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so that you don't miss out on anything. Alright, let's get to it. Number 5. Biden's plagiarism.
Advancing testing, creating new PPE, developing a vaccine. It looks a little bit like plagiarism, which is something Joe Biden knows a little bit about.
It is a known fact that Biden ran for president back in the 80s, and in that time he was accused of plagiarizing some speeches. Mike Pence used this in the debate. He started his statement by saying that he had seen what the Biden plan for dealing with coronavirus is, and it had many of the same things that his own administration had already put in effect. He then got to his point by saying that it seemed like that plan was plagiarized, and that was not shocking to him. This is how Pence very cleverly referenced those accusations in his statements. This was so funny that even Kamala couldn't help but smile at what she had heard. Number 4. Kamala interrupted.
We need to give Vice President.
I'd just like to, he interrupted me, and I'd like to just finish, please. If you have a pre-existing condition, heart disease, diabetes, breast cancer.
As mentioned previously, there were many instances of interruptions in this debate. One of those interruptions was made by Mike Pence. This started when Kamala Harris was defending herself and Biden by saying that Mike Pence was lying when he said that Biden was going to raise taxes. When she got to this point, Mike rudely and loudly interrupted her by saying that her administration was going to repeal the tax cuts. After this, Kamala resolutely told him that it was her turn to speak, but Mike wouldn't stop talking. This got to the point that even the moderator was unable to quiet him, which is when Kamala started lightly laughing as she couldn't believe how rude he was being. She repeatedly asked him while smiling through her teeth to stop talking, and after several attempts, he finally did. Number 3. Vaccine acceptance.
Public health professionals, if Dr. Fauci, if the doctors tell us that we should take it, I'll be the first in line to take it, absolutely. But if Donald Trump tells us that we should take it, I'm not taking it.
Vice President Pence, there have been a lot.
In the middle of the debate, one of the questions the moderator asked was whether Kamala would take a vaccine approved by the Trump administration. She replied by saying that if the doctors told her that the vaccine was good enough, then she would take it. She further added that if Trump himself told her to take it, she would refuse to do so. This goes to show what a joke the Trump administration has made itself into. When she was first asked this question, she suppressed a smile because she immediately knew what her answer was going to be. She was smiling throughout the whole time she was answering because she thought that the fact that anybody would believe what Trump said about the vaccine was a joke. Number 2. Twisting words.
That was tax cuts that gave the average working family $2,000 in a tax break every single year. Senator,
that is absolutely not true.
Is he only going to repeal part of the Trump tax?
In the debate, Kamala answered a question about the economy by saying that Donald Trump had passed a bill that had given tax cuts to the wealthiest 1%. She said that on day one, the Biden administration would repeal that bill. When it came time for Mike to speak, he took those words and twisted them by saying that Kamala was going to raise taxes on the first day of their administration. It was at this moment, after realizing the absurdity of what she had heard, that Kamala let out an audible laugh and said that that was not what she had said. At this moment, Kamala had figured out that no one could correct someone who doesn't want to listen, which is why the only way to deal with this situation was to laugh at it. Number 1. The Fly.
Listen, bias against minorities is a great insult to the men and women who serve in law enforcement. And I want everyone to know who puts on the uniform of law enforcement every day, President Trump and I stand with you.
By far the most comedic and entertaining moment of the night was when a random fly decided to sit on Mike Pence's hair. This would have been a very minor moment if he had just swatted the fly away. But instead, the fly sat there on his head for over 2 minutes while they debated about white supremacy and how Trump refused to condemn it in the last presidential debate. This fly became a phenomenon overnight because millions of people were watching this debate. Another point that really amplified this situation was that Mike Pence has white hair, which made the fly that much more noticeable. It got so much attention that Joe Biden even tweeted a picture in which he was holding a fly swatter. Others made the connection that flies only sit in disgusting places, so make of that what you will. These were some of the funniest moments of the vice presidential debate. Due to the debate being a bit more coherent, the viewers actually got to hear where the candidates stood on issues that mattered to them. In the end, these debates don't really influence people to change their minds, so if they offer any sort of light-hearted comedy, then that is more than welcome. This brings us to the end of our video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then let us know by liking the video. Stick around for more amazing content as we will soon be seeing you in another video. Until then, take care and goodbye.